Huh. Did you know Subaru used to make rally cars? I mean, did you know? You? No? I had no idea. But anyways, we're gonna explore a little bit of that today with the new Crosstrek GT Edition. We'll get to the design later. Hey everyone, Vince here from AutoIndustriya, and today we've got the latest edition of the Subaru Crosstrek available here in the Philippines as well as other markets under Motor Image. This is the Crosstrek GT Edition, and as you can see, they made a few exterior changes with the model. But before that, the Crosstrek really is the latest version of the XV, meaning they've dropped the XV name, they're now using Crosstrek, and well, it's kind of like a raised Impreza, 5-door. So you can see it with the way they do the front, the way they do it almost looks like a 5-door hatchback, but a little bit elevated with a bit more cladding all around. Because as you know, crossovers have become very popular in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and from basic to premium to ultra luxury, everyone's after a crossover. And Subaru has always had a winner of a crossover when it comes to driving with the XV and now the Crosstrek. So we've reviewed several versions of the Crosstrek before. So there really isn't any mechanical differences in this one. So it's still got a 2-liter Boxer 4 engine, which is of course flat, horizontally opposed for optimum balance and a low center of gravity with the symmetrical all-wheel drive system, providing you the traction you want. Now this GT Edition is a accessory package introduced by Subaru here in Asia. So you can see the changes with the Crosstrek already. They got a cladding here, a bit of black there to kind of, I don't know, disguise the black thing. By the way, this is the original one. This black here, and then they put the cladding there. They put the chin there in front with the silver trim. Same with the doors and the side skirts, which has that silver trim. I mean, you guys let me know in the comments below what you think of the look of the Crosstrek, because I don't know, it might not be for me, but when it comes to the overall driving, you will see exactly what I mean about how this one behaves. In the back, you've also got a bit more cladding and that spoiler, and that's pretty much it. Or is it? Will we find more changes with the interior? Let's go check it out. So the interior of the Crosstrek, it hasn't really changed that much since the last one we drove. If anything, what we're also realizing is that this is not an accurate GT edition, because this one does not have the leather seats with the GT embossed there and the power driver seats, which makes us think that this has to be a 2.0 IL that they've upgraded to GT edition with the kit minus the wheels. So this is still pretty much stock wheels. It's a strange, I think they were just showing what the GT edition would look like in this, but if anything, the interior of the GT Edition will be exactly the same. So the dashboard, pretty much the same. You have your dual binnacle cluster here, I mean with your speedometer and tachometer with the fuel and temperature gauges there. A central multi-info display there, which is always nice. The steering wheel, perfectly round. It's got this baseball style stitching there, feels very good. And the leather texture also feels very, very nice. Audio controls are on the left side, so next track, volume, all that, Bluetooth. On the right, you have the controls for your adaptive cruise control system, which is part of Subaru's EyeSight package to give you I guess more of a margin of safety and enables a lot of advanced features. So like your adaptive cruise control, your auto emergency braking, the low speed follow, all that stuff is based on the EyeSight system with all the sensors. And Subaru was one of the first to do that, and it's a really good system, especially on the highway. Now, so you have that here. You also have the SI drive, meaning if you want to change how the 2-liter engine and the transmission, the CVT, by the way, the all-wheel drive CVT, how it behaves, you can press the buttons here. So S for sport, I for intelligent, This one doesn't get the sport sharp that you would get in the WRX models, those vehicles. Those have a nicer setting for much sharper response, especially for the turbocharged ones. Now, looking around here, what do we see? Portrait touchscreen here. It's a very nice portrait touchscreen. You have your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all that stuff. But beyond that, not really much. I mean, if you look at the apps, not really much here. Nothing like you have auto start stop there. If anything, there's not really much to do with this system. You can't set it to have all kinds of things depending on what you want. Let's see what the Apple CarPlay looks like then. Let's see the Google Maps. It is nice and big because it is a portrait, so it doesn't try to make it a smaller, like slimmer screen there. We appreciate that kind of thing. Now, what else do we see with the vehicle? I mean, you just control all the modes here. You have your X mode, cruise control, the auto vehicle hold. So pretty much just controlling the safety features from there. Down below, you have your wireless charger, which is always a good thing. And it's a big space for a wireless charger. So if you have a bigger phone, that'll work well there. You have your aux input. Yes, a 3.5 mm jack. Your 3 amp USB-C. And your 2.4 amp USB port there. Your transmission control here. So it's PRND with the manual mode to the right. And does it have the plus minus here? No, it doesn't, because you have paddle shifters over here, plus on the right, minus on the left. Electronic parking brake here, and then beside it you have your view button for the 360 camera system. So let's press it now, see what we get. When you press it, you get the camera system itself is not really of the best resolution. You can see that right here. That is the front. This is this is a 360 view there, but the resolution not fantastic. They could upgrade to the newer cameras already. Hopefully when they start upgrading the Crosstrek model as it stands. Now, press that again. You have the one for the sides on either side, so you can park with precision very, very easily. That is the front view, and that's about it. 2 cup holders, 12-volt outlet, coin holder, a little pocket here, compartment there, another compartment there. I mean, there's not really much to discuss here because it's still pretty much the Crosstrek that we know. What we do like about the Crosstrek is actually the rear seat space, because for a smaller vehicle, I mean, it's not a Forester, but the space in the back is pretty good. Don't also expect the Forester type of headroom in this one, because the Forester, that's kind of a very tall vehicle inside, which is what a lot of people, especially taller people, prefer. Instead of going out on the open road, what we will do instead is take it out on the rallycross, because we've been driving this on the road for quite a while now, and the ride comfort has always been good with how Subaru does their cars, and it just feels stable and very competent. But what if we challenge it a little bit and take it on this rallycross course and see how it behaves? Will this Crosstrek, revert to its rally roots? Let's find out. It surprises me that there are quite a few people out there who aren't familiar that Subaru had its big break really when it came to rallying. I mean, it's what they're known for. It's what they built their brand around in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. But in the last 2 decades, they've been trying to shy away from that. They've been trying to market really more family cars. But a lot of the technologies that made them so great at rallying and winning those championships before also work well in a car, to keep you safe. Like here, we're on a rough road. I mean, let's not imagine that it's a rallycross road, but let's imagine it's a rough road, and it's managing it very well. The ground clearance of this isn't like a real SUV, like a big 4x4, but it's managing it very, very nicely. And the ride is there's a lot less shaking that you would expect. I mean, if you put other crossovers here of this same size, they'd probably be complaining right about now. But this one just takes it on. The suspension works well, and it feels very positive and planted, even though we're on road tires. We're on highway tires, not all terrain by any stretch of the imagination. So it still comes through, and when you start going faster, you'll realize the vehicle actually stays balanced. Like here, it points. And that's surprising. That was a big bump, by the way. And did you hear any rattle? I actually didn't intend to run on that, but still, it managed it very, very nicely. You know, this is a challenging road, and now we're doing what, 45? Let's try 50 and 60. There's a traction control coming in, and it just feels good. You know, that's the balance of the symmetrical all-wheel drive system coming through there, and the low center of gravity. It corners very, very well. And for something like this that isn't, you know, purpose built for a surface like this, it actually works nicely. So now we'll try it, let's say, a little bit faster. Let's turn off the stability control. I hope I don't regret this and make a mistake, but let's try it out now. Gets a little bit more oversteery in some of the parts, but works well. So here we have a crest. These bumps are big, by the way, and you feel any scraping, hear any scraping? I hope I don't regret that later on, but still doing it very nicely. So let's try. Let me see if I can unsettle the car a bit. I mean, I have been doing a bit of it really points. It doesn't want to. Well, let me try. It doesn't want to let go. It stays planted. I mean, I'm sure in a faster speed it probably will, but this is fun. This is more fun than I thought it would be, honestly. I mean, this is only my first lap in this vehicle around this course, and it's taking it on very well. You know, like here. Oh, and you get on the power, and it points. It pulls itself forward towards the corner. Makes it. You have to adjust to it, but it feels good. I want to get it sideways, but it's kind of not letting me. So maybe there's a setting I have to activate. See there? Whoa. There, it got sideways. That's fun. I was not expecting that though. So let's try it again. Subaru, we wish they would make this, you know, like make an XT, or sorry, make a Crosstrek, but make it with a turbo. That would be really cool. Maybe a little bit more clearance, something like, not really a Raptor, but you know, a little extra clearance, a little bigger tires. It would be really cool, I would think. Maybe a roof rack. That would be fun on a course like this, and you can have fun with your friends and your family, and you enjoy a little bit of what makes Subaru special. And we're not just talking about the safety features. While it may not have the best tires for this kind of driving, we can't deny that Subaru's driving qualities still shine through with a car like the Crosstrek, even on a surface like this that is quite challenging if you get it wrong. But this is still fun, it's still enjoyable. Yes, we wish it had more speed like a WRX by turbocharging that 2-liter boxer engine from 156 to, you know, something well over 200. That would be just right. Actually, I think the WRX makes about 270 plus. That would be really fantastic in a vehicle like this if you took it around here and had a bit of fun with better tires and all that. The strange thing is that the version we're driving actually isn't on the price list, because while it does say GT Edition on the outside, the one on the spec sheet of Subaru is usually the 2.0 IS, the top of the line model, with the GT Edition package, which comes in at 2,088,000 pesos. But this one is really a 2.0 IL with the GT Edition kit, minus the power driver's seat and minus the leather seats with the GT logo there. So there's some strange thing here that I think they just wanted to show what the GT Edition will look like. But personally, given what they did with the kit, with the front, I personally think it's a bit much, especially in the back. They could have just removed the skirt there, maybe retain the top spoiler, but remove the skirt there with those faux tailpipes. Not a huge fan of those kinds of things. And just, actually, you know what? Just go for a base 2.0 IL Subaru Crosstrek. It would still perform well, and you'd save yourself a bit of cash you can use for fuel or some upgrades. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of the Subaru Crosstrek GT Edition kit. Is it a win? Is it not? It's all up to you. It depends on the eye of the beholder. This is Vince of AutoIndustriya. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.